All right, welcome back to another Ask Me Monday. My name is Derek from Simnett Nutrition, and Ask Me Mondays are a series of videos I do most Mondays where I answer some commonly asked questions and some not so commonly asked questions that I get from you guys in the comment section down below. So it's another beautiful fall day here on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada, and I'm out here in nature, getting some fresh air, moving my body, feeling good, soaking in all that vitamin N, vitamin nature. You guys know that one by now. So yeah, I'm gonna answer some questions. I've got them all onto my phone. There's some good ones this week and I'm excited to do this. It feels like a little while since I've done this. I was in the UK last week, so I definitely missed Ask Me Monday like last week. And then before that, I think I did a live. So it's been a few weeks and I'm excited to get back to it. There's some great questions this week. If you guys want your questions answered, leave them in the comment section down below and I'll try and get to all of them. Even if I don't answer them in an Ask Me Monday, I always try and write back to you guys. So this is a really cool time of year to be out here in the forest because there's so many like mushrooms just popping off everywhere. Like, let me show you guys, you won't even believe it. Check it out. One variety of mushroom there, another one right there, got another one right there. Got a whole bunch right here. It's crazy, they're everywhere. Look at all these tiny, tiny little ones. Look at that little one against the tree. They're absolutely everywhere. Wow, look at this mushroom. He's like just living on a skinny little branch. I don't think that any of them are edible, at least not the ones I've seen so far, and I don't know enough about edible wild mushrooms to be picking them myself. So, wow, look at this, a huge one. Look at that, it's a huge mushroom. Holy crap. Some more right there, tiny little guys, little bell-shaped ones. Man. It's like a fairy tale wonderland out here, if that's even a thing. All right, I gotta get down this hill here. So I just gotta cross this bridge here first, and then we'll start answering some questions. The water makes it a little bit loud here. Oh, there's some people fishing down there. You know, we don't have to be eating those. We can leave them alone. Go to the grocery store, get some beans, get some rice, and make some dinner. Man, it is so awesome out here. We had a lot of rain recently, so I'm hoping that the river isn't too loud, but I'm sure it'll be okay. It's pretty calm right here, so let's answer some questions. All right, so this first one is from Nicole Fitch, and she says, wow, you're quite the travel warrior. I'd be flying in at least a day in advance if I were you to get over the jet lag. So this question is in reference to my recent trip last weekend to the UK. And yeah, I got there on Friday and probably should have got there a couple days early because it is like an 8-hour time difference, but you know, they say hindsight is 20/20. Anyways, as we go on, I noticed you're drinking coconut water in this video. I know that's not part of your normal diet, but what do you think about its purported health benefits? Are we better off just drinking water? Hashtag AMM. So thanks for the question, and yeah, as you saw there, if you guys hashtag AMM, it makes it so easy for me to find the questions in the comments. But like I've said before, I do read all the comments and I appreciate all the comments, even if they're not questions, if they're just supportive comments or, you know, just observations about the video. I always appreciate feedback as well. So to answer this question, you know what, I don't think that there's anything all that special about coconut water that we can't get from just having like a piece of fruit and some regular water. But the reason I got it was because, one, I have trouble just buying bottled water. I don't know what it is about it. It just seems crazy to spend my money on that. So I did have a big jug of like my own water at the event, but I'm also like more motivated to drink something, especially when I'm in a busy situation like that, like if it does have some flavor. And you know, it does have some calories because there are some natural sugars in coconut water, and I knew I wouldn't be eating very much that day. So yeah, I mean, really, other than the fact that I just like the coconut water, that is really the only reason. Yeah, it's, you know, it claims to have all these electrolytes and stuff, but like I said, there's nothing that you can't get from just drinking normal water and, you know, a couple pieces of fruit or whatever. So yeah, good question. I love when you guys have these observations like, hey, Derek's doing something out of the norm, and why is that? So thanks for asking. Man, it's so beautiful in here. So much moss. Look at this rock. It's just a big pillow of moss. So the next question comes from Zemina Elinasa. Thoughts on law of attraction? So what are my thoughts on that? To be honest, I don't know too much about the law of attraction. I know it's a book, but I know the premise of it, in that it is you can bring anything you want into your life just by thinking about it. Like if you have a positive mindset, you'll bring positivity into your life. If you have a negative mindset, you'll bring negativity into your life. If you constantly think about some type of success, eventually that will come to you. And of course, there's some truth to this, but I mean, we have to be real, and you have to understand that you've got to put in the work, and your dreams have to be like realistic, you know? And it doesn't mean we shouldn't dream of like huge things that we think might not ever happen. But, you know, if I'm like, I'm gonna fly in the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna think about that for the next 5 minutes so hard, you know, it's probably not gonna happen. But that's kind of a dumb example. But I think what's important to remember is that like we always have to put in the work in order to get to our goals. Like we can't just have these grandiose goals and then sit there all day and not make any steps towards them. But that's why if you're thinking about these goals all the time, you're thinking about them every day, and you're taking even baby steps to get towards them, then I think that you will be rewarded. Like we've all heard the sayings before, luck is rewarded by hard work, and success is rewarded by effort, all these things. And I think it's totally true. Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you guys a story about this. And I think like the power of writing things down and then taking baby steps towards your goals is really, really important. So I think I've told this story before, but a lot of you guys probably haven't heard it. And basically, when I was unemployed for a little while, and I went to these like sort of unemployment classes in order to keep my unemployment insurance. That's what we have to do here in Canada. And they made us do these like exercises that I thought were so dumb, you know, like find what, you know, personality color you are and all this sort of crap. And I was just kind of going through it just to appease the government. And then they made us write down, they were like, think of your dream job. Just think of any job that you want, whatever it might be, and write down 5 qualities that job would have, that you would want. And you don't have to, you know, you don't even have to know exactly what that dream job is. Just write down 5 qualities that you would want in a dream job. So I was like, all right, I'll do this for sure. So the first thing I wrote down is that I wanted to be my own boss. I was tired of working for people. I was tired of making other people's dreams come true. The second thing was that I wanted to be a teacher of some type. And not a teacher in the sense of like just sitting in the classroom and teaching people someone else's curriculum, but teaching valuable skills that will help people in life. Another thing that I wrote down that I wanted was that I wanted to be creative in that job. I wanted to have creative freedom to do, you know, different things that I loved. And I didn't really know what that meant at the time, but you know, as you guys are seeing, a lot of these things have come true for me. And then another one was I wanted to work with food. I somehow wanted food to be involved. I absolutely loved food, and I wasn't vegan or anything at that point. That was a very, very long time ago, but I just loved food. I loved cooking. And then the 5th thing that I wrote down was that I wanted photography or film to be involved with it. So when I kind of sat back and I thought about like what that meant, I was like, okay, maybe I'll be like a food photographer and I'll like teach some people how to do that on the side or something. It didn't really make sense to me how that was gonna manifest. And here we are, you know, probably 10, 11 years after I did that. Let's wait for the plane to pass. And all of those things came true. And honestly, I didn't even really think much about it until it all happened. So I definitely think that the law of attraction is something, and to have dreams that are, you know, tangible, quantifiable, I think is really important. And then just to take baby steps towards your goals and your dreams every single day, and make sure that those are in alignment with like what you believe in and what you want. If you just say like, oh, I want to make $1 million, well, like, why do you want to make $1 million? How's that going to benefit you? How's that going to benefit more people? And what are you going to do every single day to move towards that? Like, so yeah, I hope that answers your question. I do believe in the law of attraction, but I also believe in like hard work and definitely like putting in the time as well. So it doesn't look like I can go any further on this trail unless I break the rules and go around it, but I wouldn't do something like that. All right, so this next one comes from Elizabeth W. And I actually want to reach out for your help on this one because it's an issue that I'm not that sure about. So I'll read the question. Could you explain a bit more about why the iron from cast iron pans is not good for us? I've been using a cast iron pan for years thinking the iron from it was good for me. Maybe this would be a good Ask Me Monday topic. Thanks, and I love your channel, by the way. Cool, so thanks so much for the question. And yeah, I did mention in, I can't remember if it was a video or a live, but I did hear some rumblings somewhere. I forget what I was reading, and they talked about the iron that you get from cast iron pans can be like a type of iron that our bodies cannot absorb very well, and that it can be like pro-oxidative. But I looked up some research this morning before I answered this question, and it seems like there's a lot of research out there that shows that using a cast iron pan can actually like increase our body's level of iron. So I don't know anymore. I honestly don't know what to say. It seems like it's fine. And if I said that and you stop cooking with iron and I'm wrong, then I'm really sorry. The fact is, like, yeah, I just don't really know, to be honest with you. I remember reading about that. It made sense in my head, so we stopped using our cast iron pan. But then, you know, I find out that stainless steel pans, they leach a whole bunch of nickel into our food, and nickel can displace certain minerals like copper and other things. And then, you know, obviously we don't want to use like non-stick pans because we know that those are, you know, once they get all scratched up and stuff, those are bad. But are they better to use when they're not scratched up or whatever? I just don't know. So if you guys have any information on it, let me know down below, and I'll definitely like look into it some more. All right, so the next one, oh no, I saved that one to the end. The next one's from Aura. Love all the nutrition info. Hiking adventures are always fun. What are the best ways to get in greens without making a smoothie or a salad? So what I find is, yeah, a lot of the time, I don't like to chew a whole bunch of greens and eat like a massive salad. I know some of you guys love that out there, and I think that's awesome. One thing that I do find helps is if I put like a bunch of healthy salad dressing, that, you know, homemade salad dressing, one of my dressings that I made, on it. I find that really helpful. But another one is to like wilt your greens down. So to have them in a stir fry, or if you're gonna have them on your own, like, you know how they make gourmet at Japanese restaurants, or when you go out for sushi, where it's like a whole bunch of spinach that's been wilted down with a bit of like a peanut sauce. Well, that's another good way of having it, and you can eat so many. Wow, this is so different. This all used to be forest, and now I can see why they don't want us coming back here. And we're getting really close to the highway, so I think I'm gonna have to turn around anyways, because it's getting loud. We're getting the noise from the river, getting the noise from the traffic. Yeah, so anyways, wilt them down. I think that's a great way to have more greens in your diet. And you don't have to cook the heck out of them or anything like that. Like, just throw a little bit of kale into your stir fry right before it's done and cook it for just long enough that, you know, it wilts down and gets easier to chew. There's also another way to prepare kale where you can make like a massaged kale salad. If you just search on like YouTube or whatever, you'll find lots of recipes for that. But basically what you do, I think I have a video on it, or it's in one of my What I Eat in a Days, but you just like massage the heck out of the kale until it starts to wilt down and it looks like it's cooked. And man, it's a really, really tasty way to eat it. So hopefully that helps you. So check out this mushroom, guys. This is cool. It looks like it's been eaten a little bit by some critter, but that is like the most crazy looking Mario mushroom. I believe that's the Amanita muscaria, but I'm not a fungi specialist, but man, it is pretty awesome. You gotta love nature. Man, it's so lush out here. I just wish that all you guys could be here with me experiencing this, because it is so special. So, Shu Jun Hui says, how much soy is too much soy? And yeah, that's a good question, because soy is, first of all, it's a hotly debated topic. A lot of people think we shouldn't touch any of it. Oh my God, if you have any soy, you're gonna get man boobs, or you're gonna whatever. And like, that's definitely not the case. But we don't wanna have too much soy. So I know there's a Dr. Greger video on this exact topic, and Dr. Greger is really good at looking at a whole bunch of studies and, you know, combing through it all and then putting it into words and, you know, ways that we can understand it. So here it is, and then we'll talk about it after.
So we know 7 to 18 servings of soy a day may neutralize some of the beneficial effects of avoiding animal protein. At the same time, studies have repeatedly found that women who eat lots of soy appear to have a lower risk of getting breast cancer and a better chance of surviving breast cancer than those who don't eat soy. So is there some magic number of soy food servings we should shoot for? So far, we know that somewhere between 7 and 18 may not be so good, so more than 18 definitely gets the axe. This 2-year study found no effect on IGF levels of adding 2 servings of soy food daily, whether they were tofu, soy milk, soy nuts, or the concentrated soy isolate found in plant-based meats, protein bars, or protein powder. Still fine. Still got a big range here. This study suggested 5 to 10 servings a day was bad, increased IGF. So we're kind of slowly but surely narrowing down the kind of safety window. Same year in Japan, 3 servings a day cleared the IGF radar. And then that's it. That's all the science we have so far. So the bottom line is legumes should be part of everyone's daily diet, which means lentils, peas, and or beans, ideally with each of our meals, of which soy is an excellent choice, but I recommend that we should probably stick to no more than 3 to 5 servings a day.
So what is a serving of soy, you're probably asking, and it's generally between 8 and 10 grams of soy protein, things like tofu, tempeh, edamame, and soy milk. I don't ever drink soy milk, but I know a lot of you guys out there do. So 3 to 5 servings of that at, 8 to 10 grams per serving is, I'm not a numbers guy, stay with me guys. So that's between 24 and 50 grams of protein from soy per day. So that works out to be somewhere between like a half a block and 3/4 of a block of tofu, or just about 5 cups of soy milk. So I don't think any of you guys are eating that much soy, and it's a really, really healthful food. And it's just such a shame that it has all this bad stigma around it. Anyways, let's get on to the next question. Enough about soy. I'm getting hungry. Gotta go home and eat some soy soon. But anyways, this next one's a fun one. And it's a challenge that comes from Graham Howard. And he says, can you break an apple in half with your bare hands? Prove it. All right, so I happened to bring an apple along with me for a snack, and let's see if I can break it in half. All right, so here we have it, an apple, whole apple. It's not cut in half or anything like that. And I actually watched a little tutorial on how to do this, so I know how. There we go, just like that. Pretty simple, actually. So the tutorial that I watched, I'll teach you guys how to do it. So you don't try twisting it. What you do is you grab it on the top and on the bottom like that, and then you use this hand as leverage to push away from it like that. Sometimes you'll have to use your knee, but this apple broke open just fine without it. And so once you have your hand in there, you kind of push and it'll snap right open. Cool little party trick. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this Ask Me Monday. And I know that so many of you guys do, because when I was at the London Veg Fest, when I was meeting a bunch of you guys out there, I'd asked, hey, what were some of the videos that you loved that I've made in the past, and what videos do you want to see more of? And right away, the first thing so many of you said was Ask Me Mondays. I love watching those Ask Me Mondays, which is funny because they're not the videos of mine that get the most amount of views, and they're definitely not videos of mine that like bring in new followers. But since you guys, my existing followers, love them so much, I'm gonna keep doing them. And that was really nice to get that sort of feedback. Everyone also said that they love the what I eat in a day videos and then the quick recipes. So I'll definitely be doing more of all those. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Tell me everything you guys know about cast iron, because maybe I'll dust mine off and start using it again. I have no idea. Kind of lost with the cookware.